Hello, this is Sarah from Align with Sarah. I have a slightly different voice than usual. I have a little bit of a cold, maybe a lot of a cold. I don't know. Um, and I'm showing up with intention of breaking that energetic pattern that I believe is part of everything. Um, whatever is in our life, we are resonating with the ability for it to be here. And we're also allowing it to be here. We're allowing it to affect us. We're in a place where we can notice the struggle more than the opportunity, or maybe the process and the progress that we're making to overcome the struggle. Whatever we have our attention on grows. So, setting that intention of what is my opportunity? What progress am I making? How can I feel more engaged in the outcome that I want? When we give that attention, we're growing that. When we're growing that sense of helplessness, whether it's towards a cold, whether it's towards our experience of the frustration with a financial struggle or some other part of our life, or that emotional piece of that go-to reaction and response of anxiety. And I hold this once a month activity for offering a tapping routine that connects to a part of relieving anxiety. We're going to focus today on that sense of helplessness, whether it's there and we're aware of it, or it's there and we're very aware of it, or not aware of it or aware of it. It is very often part of a struggle, and it's part of the loop that we get into that creates the outcome that we don't want. When we feel like we can't get out of the rut, we can't start a new process. We read something together in my reading group this last Monday, and I have thought about it very often. It's a quote by Joseph Campbell, and it says, "If you can see your path laid out in front of you step by step, you know it's not your path. Your own path you make with every step that you take. That's why it's your path." When we have the uncomfortableness of anxiety, sometimes we're given the personality trait, we are given a diagnosis, we're given all kinds of things that help try to make anxiety part of us, but anxiety will always be an emotion that's on the outside of us, and it keeps us from being our self, our best self, and that's that self with a capital S. And I'm going to invite in that thought of noticing maybe a sense of helplessness, or noticing you're able to kind of see where this is going. As soon as this person shows up, the next thing I know, I can't focus, I get my anxiety, I feel trapped. Those are not your path. Those are not your footprints. That is not your path. That is a path that you are used to being distracted by. It can become part of your journey, but it is not it is not you. And so here we're connecting to hopelessness, letting that go so we can feel the opposite of that, a sense of hopeful, a sense of hope, that we can move forward, noticing, listening, and shifting the things that really matter to help us forge that new path. away from what we don't want, directly aimed at what we do want. When we begin tapping, we use this is called the karate chop point. This is stomach or heart and small intestine meridians that we connect to here. We continue to connect to meridians throughout the routine. So we go from here. This is the top of the eyebrow. So where our eyebrow starts, like towards the center of our body, you can do both sides. You can choose one. You're not going to do it wrong. The next point is here. The fourth point is at the bottom of the eye. Then we continue under the nose, the chin. This is my collarbone right here. The collarbone point is just below that, and we will tap on that. And then we'll engage in what's called the armpit point. This is my armpit. This is just below my armpit. If you're wearing a bra or have a sense of where that garment covers, that's the part that you're tapping. And I usually tap with my fingertips. Some people can reach with their palm, but as long as you're making a percussion in that area, that's the armpit point. And we'll continue in that flow. And when we're done, we'll connect to the crown of the head. When we tap this karate chop point, we always say the same thing. Even though I feel this, whatever it is, this hopelessness is what we're focusing on today. That's part of the loop of my anxiety. I love and I accept myself just the way I am. Even though I feel this sense of hopelessness, I understand it is not me. It's just an emotion. It's just a feeling. It's just a sense. And I love and I accept myself just the way I am. One more time here. Even though I feel this sense of helplessness, I love and I accept myself just the way I am. Taking a deep breath. That's really important in the tapping routine. That helps engage our diaphragm. It engages our vagus nerve, cranial nerve. That's tied to our autonomic nervous system. We're going to move to the top of the eyebrow. I'm going to switch hands because I feel like this side of my head is a little bit more sensitive today with my cold. Even though I feel this emotion of hopelessness, sometimes, maybe more than sometimes, I choose that emotion, choose that experience, and I can choose to let it go. Here on the side of the eye, right here, it's happening very gently, even though I feel this anxiety. I might not realize it, but it's a choice. Just like the choice to let it go. Under the eye, even though I feel this sense of hopelessness, I can choose to let it go. Moving to under the nose, even though I feel hopeless, it's a choice, it's a reaction, it's a response. I can choose to let it go. The chin, that feeling of hopelessness. It's not much different than the feeling of surrender. I can choose to let go of hopelessness, find peace, let go of that string of emotion that leads to anxiety, find something new. I feel like a deep breath here. Feels really great. Collarbone is here. Collarbone point is just underneath that. Even though I feel this hopelessness, how it connects to my anxiety, I choose to begin to consider letting something go. I can receive something new. Moving to the armpit point, even though I feel this hopelessness, I can choose to let it go. And moving a little bit quicker, a sense of hopelessness. Oh, and I'm at the top of the eyebrow. A sense of hopelessness, this connection to anxiety. I choose to let it go. Side of the eye, the sense of hopelessness, this feeling of anxiety. I choose to let it go. Under the eye, this emotion of anxiety, this emotion of hopelessness, I choose to let them go. The emotions of anxiety and hopelessness, I choose to let them go. On the chin, the emotions of anxiety and hopelessness, I choose to let them go. Collarbone, the emotions of hopelessness, that loop of anxiety, I choose to let them go. Armpit, this feeling of anxiety, this feeling of hopelessness, I choose to let it go. This is the last round, inviting in a sense of surrender. At the top of the eyebrow, I choose surrender. Side of the eye, I choose that calmness and the confidence that comes with surrender. Under the eye, I choose all that connects my new path of surrender. So that sense of calmness, that sense of confidence. Under the nose, I choose that path to calmness. On the chin, I choose that path to calmness. Collarbone, I choose that path to calmness. In the armpit, I choose that path to calmness. Deep breath here. Coming to the top of the head. Let's just tip this up a little bit. Coming to the top of the head, tapping around. Noticing what might feel different. Inviting in a sense of hope, a sense of lightness, a sense of calm. Being focused on noticing and receiving the best of what we are able to receive right now. And we're going to stop tapping. We're going to take a moment together, this deep breath, in and out, putting a smile on our face, and moving forward with some new energy. Thanks for being here. I will talk to you again real soon.